past the pain, past the limit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is DJ Catsanova, and I'm here doing an interview. Oh, and I want to clarify before I even say your band's name. Is it Swans or is it Swanes?
Swanes, actually.
Swanes. Oh, so I was wrong both times. Okay, cool.
That's okay.
How's it going?
It happened. It's going well. How are you doing?
I'm fine. So, just so ladies and gentlemen, you know, I only have one half of Swans on the phone right now, which is Stefan. Mike couldn't be here today, unfortunately, but that's all right. We're going to get into some good, juicy stuff. So, how many people make up the band?
There are just two of us in Swanes. It's my brother, Mike, and myself.
All right. And where are you guys from originally?
We're from Canada, more specifically London, Ontario, which is like a mid-sized city in Ontario, the province. But we both reside in Toronto, Canada now.
Oh, nice. Toronto is actually my favorite city in the entire world.
No way.
Yes.
I'm assuming you've been then.
Yeah. When I went there, it was majestic. If unicorns were real, they would be native to Toronto.
Oh, cool.
I love that place so much.
It's great. I'm glad you like it, man. It's really fun.
So how did Swans come to be? And how did you guys come up with that name?
We went through a number of different iterations and names before that one sort of stuck. It's a pretty hard thing coming up with a name now because of Google, right? You have to do the Google test and see if someone else hasn't already chosen it. And more often than not, you find out that somebody's already chosen the name that you like or something. So we decided to go more personal, and Swanes was actually a plant nursery that my brother and I used to go to when we were kids with our family.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just in southwestern Ontario, and we used to go there all the time, and they had like a lot of really cool plants and cacti and stuff like that. I mean, it sounds really boring to some people, but we find that stuff really interesting. And it was called Swanes, but it was spelled like SWAIN
Mm-hmm.
apostrophe S, like a last name of the person who owned the place. So we liked the sound of that. So then we then changed the spelling a bit to what we liked.
What were some other names you guys had before you settled on that one?
We never really released much under other names. I played actually with a band in Brooklyn called Soul Cathedral, but I played drums with that band before my brother and I sort of started Swain.
So how did you guys start doing music? When you were growing up, did your parents teach you to play instruments, or did they put you in music class?
Good question. My dad played guitar and sax, and both my grandparents, like my grandfather on my one side played drums, and my other grandfather plays accordion.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always been music in our family since we were really little. Something we've always gravitated towards. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that they all taught us something at some point. Eventually I ended up taking lessons more so. Mike's more self-taught with singing and guitar. He did take some lessons, but I think he prefers the self-learning method. And I eventually took it a little further and ended up going to school for it, majoring in drum, performance on drum set. So yeah.
Who's older? I meant to ask you that.
Who's older? I am. I'm older by 2 years.
Oh, okay. So was it your idea or was it Mike's idea to start a band? Like one day after you graduated, were you like, you know what? We should start a band.
Yeah, it was interesting. Like I was one day I was living with my girlfriend at the time, and I just thought I should really consider working with Mike again, because we used to play together all the time in high school for all the time. We used to play all around Ontario and stuff like that, and we used to write together all the time. So I think I called him up and just pitched him the idea, and I think it really resonated with him too. And he was sort of almost coming to the same conclusion around the same time as well, interestingly.
And so do you write, sing, and produce all of the music, or do you guys have some outside input?
At the moment, we do all the music and producing and everything ourselves. We're currently working on a larger project, possibly in the form of an album, that we may actually end up having some outside personnel on that project, depending on how it plays out. So I can't confirm any of that at the moment, but up until now, we've done everything self-produced, self-recorded, everything. You know, you have sometimes people who are close to you, like your friends or family, you have minor input on songs. You send them just for them to hear, and I think that's about it, though.
You say your dad and your grandfathers play music. Like, have you guys ever thought about incorporating them or having them, do something with you guys?
No, but that's a great idea. Actually, I love
Ah,
that.
yeah, I was thinking about that.
No, that's a great idea. I should actually take the time to record them, and then I can maybe like sample them or something.
Yeah, like a whole family affair. That'd be dope.
That's really cool. I love that idea. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. So, are you and Mike the only siblings, or you have other sisters, other brothers?
We have two younger brothers from my dad's second marriage, and they are, I think, about like 19, 17
Oh,
now.
okay.
So they're just, yeah, they're still in the teenage years, which is fun. It's been really nice growing up with them, and they're very musically talented too. They play piano and violin. Maybe I don't think they they do it like as a career necessarily. They do lots of other things too, but they also play music on the side.
Oh, okay, nice. The first track I ever heard of yours is "A Game," which is my favorite track, by the way. I love that song.
Oh, thank you.
And that, are you using sports as a metaphor for struggles that someone would go through in their life? 'Cause I feel like that's what I got from that song.
Yeah, you're spot on. Actually, basically, mostly like I guess Mike was watching a lot of NBA at the time, and we both grew up playing sports, not basketball, even though we love watching it. It's a lot of fun. Did you have a favorite team?
I was looking at the lyrics and I wasn't sure. I don't watch sports like at all, like not even a little bit. So I wasn't even sure
Oh, really?
what sport it was. I was like, I think this may be football, but I think it might be basketball. It's like very weird. People are always very surprised when I tell them I don't watch sports. I'm like, I have no clue.
That's not a bad thing. I guess it's not so specific. Like it's like, oh, that's obviously basketball or something, right? Yeah. No, that's good though. I guess.
I'm so like into music. Like even though I don't play an instrument or sing, unfortunately, music like it just runs my life. Like I do the whole radio thing and I do the interviews. I'm like consumed by music. I wake up, first thing I do is play music. It's like around the clock for me.
That's amazing.
I need to learn how to play something now. That's on my bucket list.
You should do it. Absolutely. What instrument do you gravitate towards?
Towards drums. I watch a lot of YouTube videos to
Drums.
learn how to play drums.
Drums are the best. I'm biased, but you definitely do it.
Hook my brain up to the interface. I feel like I need a change of pace. If I'm disconnected or waste away, I haven't seen the sun today.
And then you guys just recently released a 4-track EP titled Trials and Tribulations. What's the inspiration behind that title?
Good question. Basically, I believe Mike came up with the title to sum up the 4 tracks that we decided to sort of throw together on that EP. But basically, the title was sort of like an overarching theme to bridge them all together. And, BPD and The Hard Way were more about what hardship and learning experiences and so like trials. And then simulations sort of more relates into like mentions of like simulations and a simulation theory and stuff like that, where like everything's a simulation, all that kind of cool stuff.
I'm glad you guys didn't let them go to waste, but I'm glad you guys actually put those tracks on the album because so far I'm kind of picky when it comes to music. All of your tracks are really good, like especially in the last month before like I asked you guys to do the interview. I just been constantly listening to your music like on repeat, and I'm like, they need an album because their music is so good.
No, it means a lot, really. That's what we're working on. Hopefully, we can get it out as soon as we can.
What does BPD actually stand for? I was wondering about that.
BPD stands for borderline personality disorder, which is
Okay.
which you might have heard of. It's surprisingly common. Mike actually has it. It's like a mental health disorder. Basically, that was sort of what inspired him to write that song, was this whole sort of battle with that really sort of bad period of it he had. He's since been into therapy and has improved a lot, which is great for so many reasons.
When you guys were growing up, who besides your dad and your grandfather, who were your biggest influences that led you guys to start doing music?
Oh, good question. we both listen to so many different types of music and so many different artists and so many different time periods that it's like it's really hard just to pin it down to one thing. I can say that, our dad listens to a lot of stuff like Steely Dan, the Beatles, the Eagles and stuff like that, or like a lot of like 70s classic rock stuff, which we still really love, and it clearly influenced us. And my mom grew up, we listened to a lot of like Michael Jackson and a lot of that really great stuff in the 80s and maybe some really 90s stuff. And then Mike and I got into different styles. I think he was really into a lot of stuff. I personally really got into jazz at some point. I was learning a lot of jazz, like a lot of Miles Davis, Good on Coltrane, really, really inspiring. And Mike was, I think, really into, well, we both were into metal and punk as well. Like we were both put in a metal band at some point. So we've sort of been all over the place, I guess.
Where can we find that music?
I don't know, actually. That's a good question. I would like to find some of it too. There is something floating around, but I don't know where. I'll send it to you if I find it.
Yeah, you got to go check all your hard drives and everything.
Yeah, or CDs. I don't know, CDs. Still lying around. Yeah. Honestly, like there's just so many influences. I don't know where to begin.
You have so many influences. So who are the top 3 people right now that you're listening to?
Again, both very different. Mike's been really listening to a lot of country.
Oh.
I know him. Yeah, he's been really into like Dolly Parton, Hank Williams Jr. and like a whole bunch of older country artists. I've been into a lot of the hip hop artists, Twilight Chris and Chris Keys. Chris Keys being the producer. The album Innocent Country too. I'm really into that album. I think it's phenomenal.
What do you expect SWANES to accomplish in the future? Like, are you guys planning on going on tour, assuming that COVID won't be a factor in a few months from now?
We definitely hope to go on tour, obviously post-COVID. And even then, we're actually currently working on a live stream setup that hopefully we can start doing some live streaming performances of new material.
That would be good.
It's probably as soon as the fall, which would be good. But after that, yeah, absolutely. If we when we release new material, we would definitely love to tour on it. And we were also thinking about, doing like a little bit of like an online tour, so to speak, with different accounts on Instagram and playing for those people in their audience.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, so that'd be sort of fun. Just sort of figuring all the logistics of that right now, because it's something that we've personally never done before. So
yeah, it should be pretty easy to figure out. I know a few record stores have been doing it and having live streams. Even my radio station actually had live streams, and they had some local artists come on Twitch, I believe they did.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was nice.
Oh, Twitch, nice.
So
yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good things about that.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Actually, like you said, I need to get familiar with it for myself, because then I would live stream my radio show, but I'm not that tech savvy. I just know how to do the audio part, but like video is like a whole nother beast I have to tackle soon. And you guys got to get some music on vinyl, because that's like my biggest thing. I collect vinyl, and I try to meet the artist so I can get it signed, and I have a Hall of Fame in my house, and I just put it up.
That's amazing. That's so cool. Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely, if we manage to get some stuff printed on vinyl, we'll definitely send you a copy.
Oh,
no question.
Or I could come to Toronto and get it, because that would be more ideal.
That would be, that would be more. I agree. Well, thanks. Come to Toronto. That would be great.
All right, so you ready to play this game?
Sure, let's do it.
All right. So it's just a whole bunch of random questions, and so I have 4 cards laid out in front of me. We'll do 3. So give me a number between. No, matter of fact, I'll just flip them either way, and then you can just answer it.
Okay.
Card number 1. What are you most excited about right now?
I am very excited about getting new music out there and writing an album. I think that's probably one of the things I'm most excited about right now. That and skateboarding. I just got back into skateboarding, so that's fun too.
Nice. So, now I'm curious about this question. What is your most treasured possession?
Oh, treasured possession. Like inanimate possession.
I'm a very materialistic person, so this would be a very hard question for me.
Okay. Probably at the moment, my computer, my laptop. I know that's temporal, but it doesn't last forever, but I think at the moment it's definitely my most treasured possession because it's like literally what I do everything on and make all the music on. And if I had to pick something that was more like long lasting, I'd probably pick my drum kit.
Okay. And last but not least, if you could guarantee one thing in life besides money, what would it be?
If I could guarantee one thing besides money, what would it be? I don't know. You'd say satisfaction, I guess. I don't want to say just to be happy because like being happy is so fleeting. I guess like satisfaction with like my life and what I'm doing and with the people in my life. And I guess like out of that would come happiness.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, who doesn't want to be
Okay.
happy, especially with what's going on in the world right now? It's a lot going on to take in.
Absolutely, I agree.
I feel bad for this the younger generation because they are kind of missing out. Like especially my son just graduated from high school, so he didn't even get a chance to attend it in person.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Did he do a virtual one?
Yeah, we did
like a virtual
one.
graduation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It was different, but
at least they made the best of the situation, I guess.
Yes, exactly. Well, I appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to you guys releasing some new music. Please let me know when you do so I could repost it on Instagram and Twitter and everywhere else.
Absolutely. We'll definitely send it your way.
And tell Mike I said
thank you very much.
And thank you.
I will do. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. That was a great interview. Thank you very much.
All right, man. Thank you. Take it easy.
Take it easy. Bye.
Pushing past the pain, past the limit.
This interview was edited by Steve Francis of Stush Music. Be sure to follow me on all your social media platforms at DJ Catsanova for new music, a playlist every Friday, and shows happening in the Bay Area. Stay cool, cats and kittens.
Pushing past the pain, past the limit. Out the gate, people.
This podcast is a proud member of the BFF.FM podcast network. Learn more at podcast.bff.fm.
BFF.FM, best frequencies forever.